Working without a contract for over 5 years. What are your plans to bring the teachers of Hempstead into the 21st century financially?
I think it's very important that we don't start negotiation at the last minute. We know that I was with them when they were picketing at Prospect School at the budget meeting. And I want to clarify something that Ms. Jackson said. There was a statement that she said, it was explained that a large portion of our budget goes to BOCES because we have students that go to BOCES as well. And that was explained that a large portion, several $1 million go to BOCES for our students. And so it seems like there's money that is sitting around, and that's not true. And so I sat in on some of the same meetings that she sat in on, so I wanted to clarify that. I think that I sat in, when I spoke with the teachers, let's not wait till it's time for the contract to expire. Whatever we can settle, let's settle as soon as possible. Let's not wait until we have to argue. Let's set the example for our children that we don't have to argue. We can negotiate like 2 or 3 years before the contract. If it's something that we can do it now. Don't wait till the contract is to expire. Sometimes we do things for leverage. Let's show the children that we can be better people and we can work together for the betterment of our community.
Thank you, Dr. Gates.
Thank you. There's a 5 Ps that says prior planning prevents poor performance. And at the end of the day, teachers are our greatest resources. And so we have to marry our greatest resources with our greatest mind. And if that is indeed the case, then we have to spend ample enough time having conversation. The challenge with our district is that if we don't agree, we immediately become enemies. It's almost like the Hatfield and McCoy complex. No one can find a middle ground. But everybody forgets that it's not about you, it's about the children. So we constantly talk about it's about the children, but none of our actions display that it's really about the children. So at the end of the day, we've got to look at, we need the teachers. Hands down, we can't function without them. We've got to spend proper time making sure that they're compensated for their worth, as well as the district is able to handle the compensation to the degree in which they're asking for.
Thank you, Ms. Torres.
It's really very simple. If you want to have a happy workers, you have to give them what they need. And obviously, in the situation of teachers, we have to think about the students. As a teacher who didn't make the ends meet to pay his rent, his food, or whatever they have to pay, is going to come to work frustrated. And the one who is going to pay the consequences are the kids that they are sitting in that classroom. And it's something that sometimes you don't control. We have the money. We don't have a budget of $3 million. We have a budget of $185 million. This should be done, and this should be done long time ago. Happy workers, happy results.
Well, I can tell you that every day I teach 3 physics courses, so I understand teaching. And I teach it in high school, 100% roughly 70% Hispanic, and the balance 30% African American. I know how difficult it is, especially the subject matter that I teach, physics. But we have increased the number of students willing to take on physics. We have increased the number of students who pass the physics regions. The teachers want to be part of a working, competent, successful system. They'll be first. They'll be the spear. They'll be the head of the spear if we ask them. But in reality, what we have in Hempstead is a school board that hasn't given the teachers any reason or any strategy in order to make their situation better. They don't want to be a part of what the current situation is. We, as the school board, are tasked with leading. we should be the ones to explain, hey, the philosophy in the past hasn't worked. Maybe we don't have the experience or the background, but we're going to look everywhere that there are answers and apply them here. Because if we don't turn this system around, the teachers are going to find another district to teach in. No one wants to be a part of something that's not successful. Let's fix this. Let's do it through what we know is the problem. It's not easy, but at the end of the day, things like differentiation of the lesson at the classroom level have destroyed this system. We know it. We're going to have to take some hard choices. Social promotion is a real cancer, and we're going to have to move away from it. Yes, the teachers will be part of the solution. There is no solution without them. But they won't want to stay if the board doesn't lead and doesn't show we recognize that this isn't working.
Thank you. Mr. Spencer.
As an outsider looking in,
Say it.
this not having a contract didn't start today. And I thought with two members sitting up here out of the seven of us, that I would have heard an answer to why they don't have a contract. And if we want these teachers to have our back and go over and beyond for our children, because I'm compassionate about our children, why wouldn't we stand behind these teachers and come to a table where we can understand their needs and they can understand where we are, budget-wise and community-wise, wherever we are, and come together with this? Because here we are in May, talking about a contract that should have been done last June. I hope we're going to get some answers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you. Ms. Jackson.
I don't understand why teachers don't have a contract. They're the most important commodity that we have. I mean, it's all about teaching students, and teachers need to have the resources. They also need to have the money. So we're talking about the money. Again, I don't understand why we are not doing more for our teachers. They deserve better. They're in the trenches. They're our foot soldiers. We need to do better by them, and we need to come. They need to have a contract, as far as I'm concerned, immediately. Also, I think we need to look at our budget. I think we are very top-heavy. I think we need to start switching things around so that we can find the money, because the money is there for them. We just need to make them a priority. So let's look at our budget. Let's see what we can do. Let's see about cutting some of the top administrators that we have.
Talking to Mike,
still
please.
kind of, can you hear me? So, but the money is in the budget, is what I'm trying to say, and we need to just move it around because we can, because our teachers are so important, and they need a raise.
Thank you. And finally, Ms. Braisley.
I think that everyone in the system is important. I think that there have been some very difficult times. The teachers are not the only ones that are without a contract. Since I've been on the board, I think just about every bargaining unit has been negotiating. And I think one unit has settled on a contract. There are several points that each unit is looking at, and honestly, legally, I don't know what I can and can't say, but there's some issues that I can't. But I think that there are small things like dress codes that are holding up some of the issues. I think, in my opinion, every situation that our children are exposed to is a learning opportunity. I think that when our children come to school and if they don't see someone leave their home on a daily basis in business attire, when they come here, this is how they learn what business attire is. And so, I think that the full of the contract, not just the money, is important. Everything in the contract is important. And so, I don't have a straight answer as to why we're still negotiating after the 3 years that I've been sitting on the board, because it has been a long process. But everybody's needs, the teachers' needs really do need to be met, The teachers' aides need to be met, the children's needs need to be met.
Thank you, Ms. Brayton. We will start this question with Dr.